Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. I have another foundation review. This one comes to us from Natasha Denona, and this is her new powder foundation. I was not expecting a powder foundation from Natasha, but I'm still nonetheless very excited to try this one out. Now, this powder foundation is called the HY-GLAM Powder Foundation with Blurring Tech Flex Tech hybrid power. So this is going to provide a medium coverage with a soft matte finish. And when we open it up, this is what my shade looks like. I went with shade Y1, and then at the bottom you do get a little sponge, and then you also get another mirror there. So when it comes to powder foundations, I typically like to apply mine with a brush, but this also says that you can use it as a setting powder. So I am going to use it as a setting powder in the sense that I'm going to set my under eye area with it, but I'm going to use it as a powder foundation on the rest of my face. Now, this dropped over on the Natasha Denona website. I do have an affiliate code with Natasha Denona, and it is Steff, and that saves you 15% off of your order, so that's a fantastic deal. This retails for $55, so it's not an inexpensive foundation, but there are 36 different shades to choose from. It says that it's going to be a silky, blendable foundation, that it's going to also be lightweight and comfortable, and again, medium buildable coverage. You guys know I am a foundation junkie, and I'm here to try all the foundations that I can. I think my last video that went up was over the new Fenty foundation. Spoiler alert, that is an awesome foundation. But today we're going to focus on this one from Natasha Denona. If it is your first time here on my channel, let me just welcome all of you. Hey, welcome to Steff's Beauty Stash. My name is Steff. I am a certified foundation junkie. I love trying new makeup, so that is primarily what you're going to see here on my channel, but I do multiple eyeshadow looks. That is my sister. That's my sister. That's my cat's sister with the morning zoomies. But I do get ready with me videos, haul videos, you name it. If that sounds great to you, I want to invite you to become part of our makeup family. Do me a favor, click on that subscribe button, hit the bell next to it. That way you can be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you're a fan of Natasha Denona, I'm a huge fan. I love a lot of stuff that she does. Please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up before you go. And as usual, guys, check the description box. I'll have links to everything that I am wearing and discussing. Some of those links might be affiliate links if you do end up shopping. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and my channel. Let's get ready, guys. This is going to be probably an 11, perhaps 12-hour wear test today on my 42-year-old normal to oily skin. If you guys want to see how this new powder foundation from Natasha Denona is gonna perform, keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off by priming my complexion with the Huda Beauty Glowish Blur Jam Primer. I like this primer because it seems to be a very smoothing and also blurring primer. You just got to warm it up on your fingertips. And I primarily focus this primer in the T-zone and then right here on my cheeks, just the oiliest areas of my face. All right, now typically with powder foundation, I always go in with a concealer first, just because it's a liquid and then we're going to be working with a powder. I feel I need a little color corrector, so I'm going to go in with the Natasha color corrector in the shade C1. This is their lightest shade, and this is a peach corrector. I didn't sleep very well last night. Like it took me a good while to fall asleep, so that's why I'm doing color correcting today. I don't always do color correcting, but sometimes it's a necessity. And if you have not tried the Natasha Denona color correctors or her concealer, which we're going to be using here right now, what are you waiting for? They are really good. It's really nice formula. All right, now I'm going to go in with her concealer. I have two shades of this concealer. One is definitely way lighter than the other, but I think I'm going to go in with the deeper one. This one is in shade N3. The other one I have is shade RN1, but it's just a little too light. I'm just going to apply a little bit of color corrector under the, I mean not color corrector, but concealer. I'm going to do some here, and I always make sure I do my concealer on my nose, just where I want that added coverage, but I do it on the nose so that the powder foundation can adhere better to that area. I'm just using my damp sponge just to blend that out lightly. And this is my routine whenever it comes to a powder foundation. This is exactly how I wear my powder foundations. It might not be your way, but it's my way. And it's my way to accurately gauge how this powder foundation is going to wear on my complexion. Now, I won't be able to do a 10-hour, not a 10-hour, but a 2-day wear test with this one. But I am hoping to give you guys a couple extra hours. And I like that this powder foundation is going to be able to be not just a foundation, but also a setting powder. And we are definitely going to use it to set the under eye area. Now for powder foundation, here's what ours looks like. I always like to use a brush, and my favorite brush for powder foundation is the BK Beauty 106 brush. And so I'm just tapping it in there. I have a good amount on my brush. And now what I'm going to start doing is just kind of stippling it and then buffing it in. But I'm going to stipple more so in the areas where I laid down the concealer and buff pretty much everywhere else that doesn't have concealer. Well, I think the shade on me is a pretty good shade match. I'm really hoping that this is going to be good for oil control. When I do these foundation reviews, I don't do any touch-ups. You see how I'm buffing right down here? I did not put any concealer down there. Like right here, I'm just going to do kind of like a stamping motion. That is looking really nice. I'll have to take a closer look right now. But so far, I think it's going on really, really well. Again, the tools that you use will depend greatly, especially on the coverage that you get from a powder foundation. And I'm going to use her sponge to lightly set the under eye area. This is what the sponge looks like. I'm just going to get a corner of it. I'm just going to use the sponge to press everything in. Man, I think the coverage paired with a concealer is perfect. Powder foundations are great for on the go, especially the ones that work. All right, now let me take a closer look. Oh, I think that looks really good. I don't really see it settling, but I kind of feel like it's accentuating some of the pores, the texture I have right here on my cheeks. But I would say the coverage is really good. I think it's even a little more full coverage now that we added the concealer. Okay, now since this is a powder product, I don't like to go in so much with a liquid setting spray. So I'm going to use this one from One Size, the On Till Dawn. This is more of like a hairspray, an aerosol hairspray, but it doesn't leave my skin feeling wet. So I would say when you use powder foundations or right after you powder your face and everything, try not to use liquid based setting sprays. Try to use a more aerosol setting spray to set that makeup in place. But I think this is a really nice shade, perhaps a smidge too dark, which I don't mind. I don't mind if the foundation is a smidge too dark. That's perfectly okay. But what I care about is how it's going to look, how it's going to wear. So this is the complexion. I'm going to be adding blush and bronzer here in a minute, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick application so you guys can see how the makeup wore, how it went on, I should say. And this is going to be, again, between a 10 and 12-hour wear test on my 42-year-old normal to oily skin. I will check in with you guys during my lunch break. We'll see how it's all wearing. As of right now, it feels good. It feels lightweight. I think it looks good. The coverage is there, but fingers crossed that it's going to get me through my entire workday. So stay tuned. Hey guys, this is the 5-hour check-in trying out the new Natasha Denona HY-GLAM Powder Foundation. I am loving the way my skin looks. I think it looks full coverage. It's definitely matte. I do not do any touch-ups when I do these foundation reviews, but I'm just thinking everything looks good. It looks smooth. It looks covered. It's doing well as a setting powder under the eye area, and so far I'm very pleased. I think the shade is pretty good. I'm a smidge on the dark side, but I don't mind that at all. I just think the complexion is looking really nice and it feels nice. It feels lightweight. 5 more hours to go, or perhaps 6. And then once I get home from work, I will do my final check-in of the day and I'll wrap up my thoughts on this new Natasha Denona HY-GLAM Powder Foundation. Hey guys, we've come to the 10.5-hour check-in of me wear testing the new Natasha Denona Powder Foundation. Guys, I love the way my complexion looks. 0 touch-ups. I feel like I have a filter or an airbrush look going on. It's been a good complexion day. It's been a good makeup day. This feels so comfortable, so lightweight. It definitely covered. Yes, I went in with concealer underneath. That is how I wear my powder foundations. But this looks good. Like, I don't see that it's rubbed off. It's not caking up. It looks smooth. I mean, it is a blurring powder foundation. Even under the eye area, I used it to set the concealer. It did a fantastic job. Guys, if you need a brush for your powder foundations, this one right here from BK Beauty, this is their 106 brush. This is my favorite brush. The only brush I use for powder foundation. I don't like to use the sponge. You did see me use the sponge, but just for the under eye area. But whenever I use powder foundations, I always prefer to use a brush, and this is my preferred one. I am giving this Natasha Denona Powder Foundation 2 brushes up, 2 thumbs up. I think it is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. This one, the new Fenty foundation that I just wear tested the other day. I mean, you talk about 2 home runs. That's where it's at. If you need a liquid foundation, go with the Fenty one. If you're looking for a good powder foundation, go with this Natasha Denona one. This is easily one of the best powder foundations that I have ever tried. It is that good. Way to go, Natasha Denona. Don't forget, I do have an affiliate code with Natasha Denona. It is Steff, and that saves you 15% off of your order on her website. Let me know your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Let me know if this new powder foundation is going to be in your future. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. Y'all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, drink that water, and I'm going to see you all very soon. Bye.